Right, as we head into the end of the year, I'm starting to wonder if this is really Motorola's year 2024. They've really come out with some great handsets. I've reviewed a couple already, and was particularly impressed with the Razer 50 Ultra. Um, that's actually the best flip phone, or the best execution of a flip phone that I've seen yet. So that was kind of like my favorite handset of the year, and now I think they've kind of done it again with the Moto G85 5G. In terms of value for money, I think this one's going to be pretty hard to beat. As you can see, it comes in this nice cobalt blue color. And what perhaps you can't see, I'll hold it up to the camera. There you go. You can almost make out that it's this nice sort of vegan leather. So it's sort of soft to the touch, and quite grippy to hold. That's pretty cool. And I'm loving that Motorola's really gone with this very streamlined, not much of a camera bump, and it curves up to the module, and we've got this sort of curvy edge to edge screen, which seems to have gone out of fashion with some manufacturers, but I actually really like it. I think it feels really nice to hold and to use. You do have to be a little bit careful that you don't sort of have your fingers wrapping around it and touching the edge of the screen, because then when you push the main part of the screen, you wonder why that doesn't work. But that's just a muscle memory thing that you get used to over time. So this is $499, this phone, and it really, I think that's fantastic value. There's actually added value in the box as well. Comes with a charger in the box, which some phones don't these days, and a case as well. I mean, it's not a very interesting case, but it's a case. So that's just a couple of things that you're not having to add on to your purchase. And you know what? I don't struggle to use this as my primary device, in my everyday device. There's a few things that I look for, starting with eSIM. Does it support eSIM? Because I've fully evolved to that now, and yes, it does. It does also have a physical SIM tray there as well. Does it charge wirelessly? Sadly, no, it doesn't. That's probably the only real premium feature that I'm really missing. But the battery life is very good, and so one charge overnight will see you through a full day. Absolutely no problem whatsoever, no matter what you're doing with it. NFC, yes, of course, no problem with your wireless payments. It's a really nice bright screen, 6.7-inch screen, so it's big. You actually get really good sound out of this phone as well. So it's full Dolby there, and it has stereo speakers if you're playing it from the phone itself, or perhaps you want to pair it up with Motorola's Moto Buds, and they're tuned by Bose, and you can get some really good high res big bass sound using those too, or any earbuds for that matter. And then of course, there's the Motorola's UI. I have already talked about that at length in previous Motorola reviews this year, but I really like it. There's not a lot of bloat. You can customize it the way that you want. There's a lot of things that you can access on the shortcuts, the pull down menu there. The phone, I've got absolutely no problem with the way it performs in terms of how powerful it is, how fast it is, the RAM, and all that stuff. To use this phone, you would not know that it's a sub $500 phone. It really does represent great value, and that's carried on through to the camera module as well. So we've got a 50 megapixel main sensor. That's pretty standard for most medium to high end phones these days, but does a really nice job. You've also got an 8 megapixel ultra wide, which is great for those big shots, and the primary shooter also doubles as a macro shooter as well for close-up shots. So there's no actual telephoto lens as such. It's a digital zoom, but I've actually found that I've been getting pretty good reasonably clear results from that as well. Very good low light performance, surprisingly good from this phone, and quite a lot of good customizations that you can make in the camera app. 32 megapixel megapixel selfie cam. So that's that's right up there with the best of them for a nice high res selfie video or selfie photo. So for $499, this might be the best value phone for the year. So Motorola's nailed it. My favorite handset with Razer 50 Ultra. Which, I just thought that was the best example of a flip phone that I've come across so far. And now the best value phone of the year, I think, at $499. I really don't think you're going to get as many features executed as well as you do with this phone. But don't take my word for it. Let's have a look at those cameras. Let me take you inside the primary shooter first. Here we go. Okay, here we are inside that primary shooter, the rear-facing camera, the 50 megapixel, it's got lots of great features. There's your digital stabilization, and lots of other things as well. How do I look? How do I sound? I have no idea whether I'm framed up properly. I won't know until I look at this video later, of course. But I just wanted to give you a little example of just how well the camera does perform on this sub $500 phone. Should we have a look at the selfie cam? Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, I had a little sneaky peek, and it looked like I did a pretty good job at guessing where I would be in the framing of that last bit. It looked pretty clear to me too. And what do you think of this as well? So if you're streaming, if you're vlogging, if you're going to be sending stuff out live using this phone, I don't think you're going to have any problems at all. So looks good, sounds good, screen's great, the 6.7-inch display, lovely. I love the curved edges, I love the style of the phone. Like I keep saying, for $499, very hard to beat.